Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your past love reading for December and January. I wanted to give this reading to people who are interested in someone from their past, someone that they could have been in a relationship with, or they connected in the past and they're wondering what's going on, if there is a chance of reconciliation, what the other person is thinking or feeling towards them. So I'm going to be looking exactly at this. I'm going to look at the current energy and situation, what's blocking this connection, what they are thinking, feeling, and doing about this connection, the messages that they have for you, and if there are any immediate action that they're gonna take towards you. This is a general reading. It may not resonate with all of you. If you are interested in your specific situation, I do personal readings. All of the information about it you can find in the description down below, as well as the list of the decks that I'm using if you're interested in that. And I think that's it. We can start the reading for you, Virgo. So let's have a look at the current situation first. We have jump in. Adventures say yes to change. Okay, so there potentially could be a change coming your way. So this person could change how they behave towards you, change their opinion about this connection and relationship, and there possibly could be an opportunity for both of you to do it again. However, I feel like it comes with a risk. It's an adventure. It doesn't say it's going to be 100%, successful and good. So it's more like a risk. Are you going to take that risk again with this person or not, if they're going to come towards you? So let's have a look at the tarot cards to give us more detail about the situation. So we have the Sage. So this is a card that is specific to this deck. There are some specific cards in this deck that are not in a traditional tarot. So I'll tell you if that's the case. We have Two of Cups. Okay. And we have the Sacred Fire. This is another card that is specific to this deck. There are not many, but it seems like you have you got quite a couple of them. So let's have a look. With the Sage. With the Sage and Two of Cups, what I'm seeing here is that this is a time to purify the energy between two of you, to clear the air, literally clear the air. So if there were things untold, unsaid, ended not very well between two of you, I feel like it's time to remove that toxic energy and whatever was not working. And I feel like that's what this person wants to do. They want to clear the air with you. They want to talk and make sure that you are okay. Obviously, with the Two of Cups, there is a connection here that I see, and someone that would want potentially to be with you, and they're looking at that, if there's a union possible. But with the snakes being a white and a black snake, I feel like there could be also quite a bit of a difference between two of you. You may be quite opposite people, and therefore it was quite difficult for you to come into union together because there were differences that were separating you. But I feel like this is the case of those, opposites attract type of thing. We have the Sacred Fire in a past. This tells me that probably this connection was very intense. It could have started very suddenly and grow very quickly and become very, very deep and intense. There could have been a lot of intense passion and very passionate energy between two of you. However, when the fire is that big and it's difficult to control. And I feel like that could have been a situation with you, especially that I see a lot of, need to purify, to clear, to balance things out. I feel like it's kind of like clearing the air after this whole big boom. And you could have been very, very attracted to each other. And the fire was just burning too brightly. I feel like it was just a lot, maybe too much for someone to handle, because that's a very intense energy, and when you're not ready for it, it is quite intimidating. That's what I feel from it. But this also tells me about the fact that, this person is looking at reigniting that fire, rebirth, just not in that haphazard way, more balanced energy rather than this intense, overwhelming passion that they possibly felt for you and you probably felt for them as well. Um, okay, so it's time to make amends. It's time to make things better. It's time to be, um, to allow yourself to feel clear that air and breathe, slowly and calmly. Finally, I feel like there was a lot of very intense energy and probably intense stress that came with it as well. Um, and it was very difficult to find balance and peace in that situation, and I feel like this is finally, happening between two of you. And if you had a lot of arguments, a lot of discussions where you couldn't find the solution and the common, there was a lot of, opposite energy between two of you, and you were disagreeing about many topics. I feel like finally you're gonna be able to find a common ground. So let's have a look at the blockages. So I got quite a few cards. I just let them jump out of the deck when I shuffle. So this tells me, first of all, that there was quite a few things that needed to be addressed here. It could be blockages on your side, on your person's side. Some of them could be on yours, some of them on theirs. So you know better, what your situation is looking like. So I'm gonna tell you the names and then I'm gonna explain in a little bit more detail. We have engineer, athlete, victim, guide, martyr, and gambler. So other than, being very specific names that you could kind of, confirm that this is the person that the person that you're thinking about, and the person, that is the person from your past, that this can validate this. But let's talk about the energies that I see here. First of all, with this engineer, I feel like this person has lived in a. They had very automatic and learned behavior, in regards to love and relationships. And I feel like they didn't let the emotions, they didn't listen to their emotions before. However, with the situation with you, it was so deep and so intense that like they couldn't just pretend like it's not there. The learned behavior that they had was not working suddenly, and they didn't know what to do. They were kind of trying to reject that emotion that they were feeling, but they also couldn't do that because of the intensity of that connection. Then we have the athlete. Um, I feel like they didn't have the willpower and strength to do it and work, with that energy that two of you had. It was just more than they could handle. They didn't have the capacity at that time to do it. Um, with the victim energy and martyr energy, these are very similar, and these are telling me that there is indication here that this person, could have rejected this, connection, because they felt like they cannot do it because they're a victim. There is a victim mentality and addiction to self-pity. So maybe, it was the situation where the person would say that I cannot do it because, blah blah blah. There are different situations why they would say that they cannot do it. Maybe, because, I've never, I don't know, I have childhood issues, and I cannot do it. I've been hurt before, I cannot do it. That kind of thing. It's thinking like they are, they cannot have this. They cannot have this, and um, they don't try to change it. They absolutely don't try to learn and grow and heal whatever that is that it was stopping them. They were not ready to face that reality. So they saw themselves as, the fact that they cannot work with you on that relationship. It's like they're a victim because it's outside of their control, which is not true, because we all can do our work and be ready for a relationship and face the shadow aspects of us that we have, but they were just not doing it. Then we have the guide. Um, this is, I feel like, in this situation, this is refusing to acknowledge and accept that there is this very deep connection between two of you, and it could be, spiritual connection, and just not seeing it, closing their eyes on it, not seeing that divine nature of that connection. And then we have the gambler, relying on luck rather than hard work, which for me just represents that, they didn't want to first of all rely on their intuition to go into that relationship. And I feel like maybe now they've changed and they're ready for that, because these are kind of like opposite energies. And they didn't also want to put work into it. They preferred the lucky easy, simple, lucky connections with people that are, much less meaningful than what you both have. Yeah, they prefer to get lucky rather than actually invest in something that is very, very, very deep and beautiful, and something more. Because they weren't ready. Obviously, there's a lot that we see here, a lot of issues. Some of them could be on your side as well, so just bear that in mind. Let's have a look at what they're thinking about this connection. Let's see what they're thinking. The Shadow Dreamcatcher. Oh my gosh, that's another card that is specific to this deck. And there are not many, but it seems like you got all of them. So with the Shadow Dreamcatcher, what they're thinking is they are worrying. They're worrying that this is not gonna work, that you're not gonna want them back, that they will never come back to you. They could have literally dreams about you, connection with you, but also nightmares about, this not working out. They are really worrying that they mess things up. That their behavior just broke this beautiful connection and very deep connection that you both had. And now they want to clear the air, and then they want to make things better. They want to heal. They want to release that, toxic and negative energy that was created there because of those behaviors from the past. And they want to kind of start fresh and unite and balance things out. So let's have a look at what they're doing. We have Three of Swords. There are two messages here. One is that they could be with someone else. It's probably just for few of you, but I don't think that's a very meaningful relationship. It's more like they get lucky. That's what I'm gonna say. They kind of like, connect with different people, but it's not really, there is no meaning in it, and there is no depth in it, because they still miss you. They still feel the pain of what has happened. They still feel that heartbreak that probably they've caused, and their heart is not healing. It's not healing. And I feel like that's what they want to do. They want to heal this situation, but they know that in order to do that, they need to connect with you. They need to do it with you. They cannot do it themselves. And they still feel that pain of losing you, and whatever they've done, I feel like there is this, absolutely, they realize that they made a mistake. And it's still like, it's still, that pain is still alive and it's still within them. It's not gone. So let's have a look at what they're feeling towards this connection. We have the Temperance. Beautiful. It literally says the Pond of Balance. This is really good. This is really good because you have that very intense energy and those opposites that I see between two of you. And Temperance is bringing all of that together. First of all, Temperance is a card that represents also patience. I feel like this break between two of you was necessary. This time out was necessary in order to bring balance to this. And we have the yin and yang, we have white and black energy. And there you go, we have black and white snake. I feel like that break between two of you was absolutely necessary for both of you to kind of calm down a little bit after all of this intensity that was happening, and find your ground, find your balance, ground yourself, but also wait for those emotions to kind of level down. And in that space, when this is ready, when you both feel that way, and I feel like this could be happening now, I feel like you're both much more have that moderate approach rather than having those very high highs and low lows. That's when you can approach this situation and you can make this you can try to make this better, because it's not going to be as violent and intense and ripping you guys apart, you know, and feeling like the world is ending because you feel in a certain way. I feel like you both had that time out to calm down and to be able to approach this connection in a much more balanced manner. And with the Temperance, it's also very, you know, divine energy as well, and it's merging two pieces together. And with those snakes, it's a very, very similar symbol that I see here. I feel like you are very different, but you're also very similar, and you work really well together. It could be intense and at the beginning and very fiery, but when you merge, It's like it fits perfectly. That's what I'm feeling here. So let's have a look at the messages that this person has to you. Take whatever resonates, maybe one or two resonate, maybe all of them. We'll see. So the first one is, there are hidden influences that I don't quite understand. I feel like what this represents is that the depth of that connection and the energetic connection that you both have, and the fact that, you know, you both kind of influence each other in such intense manner, it's something that they've never experienced before. I know I messed up big time. You see, and it's the middle one, and it's right above the card that is Three of Swords, when I said that they still regret that they've messed things up, and that is exactly it. They still regret the things that they've done. And then we have why. And probably you will know the answer to that question. Why? That's what they're asking. Okay. So let's have a look at what's the possible immediate action that this person will be taking in December and January, if any. So let's see. The Caution. Oh my gosh. So that's another this deck specific to the card that is specific to this deck, which is ridiculous. I've never had a reading that had so many cards from that deck specifically. Okay, so I feel like they want to risk it, they want to jump in, they want to change the situation between two of you. However, the situation looks quite dark and dangerous, and I feel like they are very cautious about how they do it. That's why maybe they're also so worried, like how they're gonna approach you, how they're gonna do it in a way that will be successful. Because we have that mouse who is kind of frozen because they realize that they're in a very difficult situation and they don't know what to do. And I feel like they are afraid that that's what's gonna happen, or that something will surprise them, and it will be something unexpected, and they won't be able to react, and they're gonna lose that opportunity to be with you. So they act with caution. I feel like they. I'm not sure if they're there yet. If they're ready to jump in. I feel like they are very much thinking about it. It may not happen in those 2 months. For some of you it may, but for the others of you it may not happen just yet. But this card also tells me that if it happens, it could be very surprising for you. It could be something that you are not expecting at all, and you will be kind of in that, frozen energy. You'll be like, oh my god, what just happened? What do I do now? What's going on? And you're going to be kind of like worrying, what should I do? What should I do about it? And I think for both of you, the message here is jump in. Say yes to change. So I do see that this person's intentions to come towards you are good. They want to make sure that things between you are better, that there is no toxic energy left, that there is no negativity left between two of you, that you can communicate and connect with this like pure energy and positive energy, without any like residual negativity that was left from the past. And they want that balanced connection with you. So for some of you, there could be, you could have a communication coming from this person, very cautious communication. So you're gonna see they're not gonna be like, jumping right in and like telling you everything at once and being very open. I feel like they will be taking little steps at the beginning, kind of like trying to see how you feel about this, how you feel about them. Is it okay for them to, open up a little bit more and more and more? But ultimately, they would want to clear the air with you. If that resonates with you, please let me know. I absolutely love listening, reading your comments down below. It is very meaningful to me as a tarot reader to see that people resonate with what I'm doing and what I'm saying. And if you want to have a look at your situation specifically, take a look at the description down below. There is some information there on how to contact me if you want a private reading with me. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. And I post other tarot readings if you're interested in that. And if not, I will see you next time. Bye!